Hey, this is Eve of BitcoinKindergarten.com, DeFiKindergarten.com, and a book where you can store all of your crypto assets once you get way beyond this video. All right, so why do you need Bitcoin? Why do you need it ASAP? I'm here to tell you this. This is Bitcoin Kindergarten. No question is too stupid or too basic or too hard. Put all your questions in the comments. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe, the bell button, and the all, smash the likes. That way you can come and you can ask all of your questions, which you can't ask on these other channels because it's way over your head. Okay, so basically, I want to urge everyone to get some Bitcoin. This is not financial advice. And not only I want to urge you to get some Bitcoin, I'm always telling my friends and my family, we'll get at least $10 or whatever. And I try to make it easy to get in, because once you're in, you start understanding and you get a taste for it and you're invested and you're committed, and then you get a lot more because you're like, wow, okay, I get it. So this market right now is like being at the beginning of Amazon, Apple, Tesla, and all of the companies all together, you know, before anyone knew that they were going to be something. You know, that's what crypto still is. Even though you've heard the word now, it's common knowledge. You can get it on PayPal, Venmo, and CashApp, but still people don't know what it is, and still people are very wary of investing in it. You know, in the regular media, I think it's got more bad press than good press, but I've never watched regular media for like 10 years, so I don't know. That's why I could get into crypto. I didn't have those fears. I could immediately see the value of it in 2017 when I got in, and you know, I just was proven right later. That's why I started this channel. I realized the things that my common sense told me, and some education. I have studied in the Blockchain Academy, which is amazing. But basically the common sense and just understanding how things work is what's really helped me to be successful in this. And I think anyone can be successful. You know, I had a brain injury, you know, I'm not a math person, you know, I'm an artist. So, okay. So it's like getting in it. So in the beginning of Tesla, Amazon, this and that, you know, when Amazon first came out, they were just selling books on the internet. It was like, okay, you can get any kind of books here on the internet that you couldn't get anywhere else. And before there was really internet, you needed books, right? You couldn't just know stuff like you can now. I just ask my phone, it will tell me anything. Before that, you had to go read stuff in books, and you had to go to the bookstore or the library, you know. And then Amazon comes along, and people in their minds are thinking, well, why do I need to go, you know, I don't need to, you know, I like going to the library. In the library, I can see everything. I can touch it. I can feel it. I can pull the book out. I can get a little sample, see if I like it, put it back. That was the old thinking, and people, they didn't take to Amazon right away. But after you're in Amazon for a while, you're like, oh my gosh, going to the bookstore, so much time and the limited supply. You realize the value of the technology, which was Amazon selling books, and now sells everything else, because it had this initial structure and this initial idea, which was very good for humanity, I'll say. Well, humanity likes it, and they keep buying stuff there. So, so that's where we are in crypto. So even now, even though you look at the Bitcoin price, last I looked, it was $54,000 for one. You don't have to get one. You can get $10 worth. Use my Coinbase link, and I think you get $10 free. And you can get up to like $100 free just from watching their little videos and stuff. It's amazing, and this is the reason why you need to get it now, and the reason why you need to drop everything and do crypto, and even the reason I'm doing this video. Okay, maybe you click on the link and I get $10 free Bitcoin. Well, $10 is not that much money where I live, and I mean, that's really nothing. But I know in 1 year, even 6 months, 5 years, that $10 were going to be worth $100 or $1,000, because that's how exponentially Bitcoin is growing. So that's why you want to get in now. Don't feel like it's expensive. It's not expensive. 1 year ago, the price was $7,000 for a Bitcoin, and none of my friends wanted to get in then either. Oh, it's so much, $7,000 for one. Well, now it's $54,000 for one. And the important thing is just to get any. And you want to be in on that beginning. I mean, it's really the chance of a lifetime. It's as if the world opened up and you could buy Tesla, Amazon, and Apple for 2 cents, and you could go in and buy like a few dollars worth. You would be very wealthy right now with a few dollars worth of stocks. And it's the same with Bitcoin. Like, I've been in since 2017. And let me just tell you, that is how it is. You don't need to know how to trade. I don't trade. I studied trading. Trading is too stressful and too much work. You don't need to trade. You just need to hold on to your Bitcoin, hold on to your Ethereum, and hold on to what other coins you get into later. You take a little bit of profits when the price goes really high. You pull a little bit out, just because you probably need the money and you want to go spend it and whatnot. So get a second job. I mean, a lot of crypto influencers have been saying this for years. It's like, get a second job, do whatever you can just to start accumulating crypto, because it is like being in California in the Wild West. Like, you can get a huge nuggets of gold that's going to be worth so much, maybe next week, maybe next month, maybe next year, but it will be worth a lot. Not financial advice. What else was I going to say? So yeah, like a lot of us in crypto, we have all this net worth, which we could get today. Like, if I wanted today, I could pull a lot of money out of my crypto, but I don't want to, because I just feel like, it's just, most people, about 99% of experts, are expecting the bull run to go through the summer. And they're expecting the altcoins, which is all the other coins which are not Bitcoins, to go through the roof anytime as well. Ethereum's going through the roof today. People have been expecting this all along. When Bitcoin hit 55, none of us who are in crypto were surprised at all. We're just like, yeah, of course. Like, why did it take so long? If you want to get some Doge, click on the Binance link. Doge is a good one, even though people, we had a huge crash last week and everyone went hysterical. But it's like, really, you're hysterical because the price went down to 47. A year ago, it was 7,000. So a year ago, you had gotten your second job and just accumulated, you would be very wealthy right now. I wish I had gotten a second job. I didn't. But I started doing like DoorDash because I don't want to take my crypto out. Like, I made a big purchase recently, so I did take a significant amount out. But I don't want to take more out. I'm like, well, Ethereum's, which one should I take? Ethereum's going up, Bitcoin's going up, all of these other altcoins I have are, the most likely scenario is that they're going to go up amazingly. So how can I take it out and spend it? I'm going to do DoorDash to pay off a little bit of bills. And even though it's really terrible money, so say if I make it $20, I made like $25 in an hour. It wasn't too bad. In the second hour. Anyway, it's DoorDash. This is DC. It's very expensive here. Say I make $42. That's what I made yesterday. I drove for like 2 hours. Studying all the while. I'm studying bodybuilding. So, but I would be studying blockchain, but I already did. So this $20, this $42, the thing is, it's going to be worth probably $4,000 or even $40,000, within a year, a couple of years, or probably $40,000 within a couple of years. So that's why this is that one moment in history that you can become a wealthy person. Pretty much anyone can become a wealthy person. Like, you want a job with me, you live in the Philippines or some other country like that, I hire a personal assistant. I don't pay too much. But, that little bit amount of money, if you buy even like $1 worth of Bitcoin in a week, whatever you can do, you have to do it for your future. Don't forget to smash the likes and put your questions below. I just wanted to tell everybody that, like, all of my friends called me, when it shot up from 5,000 to all of a sudden it was 20,000. Oh my God, you were right. And then shot to like 55,000. And then, some old friends came out of the woodwork and, it was like, oh my gosh, Eve, you're a genius. You were right. And it's like, yeah, yeah, I was trying to tell you, and I'm still trying to tell you, it's still not too late, you know? So there's people before 2017, people were buying Bitcoin for like $100 for one. Before that, people were buying it for like 1 cent, you know? And everyone who has sold their Bitcoin has regretted it. So just don't sell it. I tell my friend, she's like, well, I don't know where to put the stop loss. The price is falling. And it's like, it's not like regular trading. Don't put the stop loss. Don't sell your Bitcoin, because what if you put your stop loss at like 40,000? Because you don't want to lose. Why would you do that? I would never sell at a loss. I just wouldn't. It's just not. I can't, unless I was desperate for the money. All right. Say Bitcoin right now is $55,000, and you put a stop loss at 54 because you don't want to lose any money. You know, or maybe you already made it. It shot up. You know, but you didn't take profits. But now it's really tanking. Say you put the stop loss at like 50. Oh my God, it's tanking. You know, I got to sell and get out. Well, here's the thing about Bitcoin is that, you know, it might tank, but it will bounce right back up. And then you lost your Bitcoin and you have to buy it back more expensive. That's what only I sold my Bitcoin. Just, I was trying to be like smart with the market. And I immediately was like, no, wrong decision, buy it back. And thank God I did, because it's, you know, it was probably like $8,000 at the time. So you just buy it and you hold on to it. You don't worry too much about the price, when you're going to get in, what day, what hour. It's just whenever you have a little extra money, buy it. You don't think too much about it. Just buy it, and when the price crashes, which it will do, it can drop very heavily, very fast. Just go do something else that day. And if you have money, buy the dip. You know, I was buying that dip like a year ago. We had a crash last year with the code crash, and bought that dip. So it's great if you have money saved for dips, but I don't have any cash at all, none. And that's another reason why you need to get into crypto. Literally, the money situation is incredible. The money printing situation is off the charts. I mean, more money was printed last year than the total history of the whole world combined. And that was a different president, but the new president is, you know, it's the same or more. So, and don't be scared that they're going to try to come after your crypto and make all these huge taxes. They will try, but they can't. I mean, people just would not, you know, there has to be a fair system. So you can't just target one group of people and try to get all their money. Of course, they might try, but it's not going to work. You know, just move to another country and literally, you know, to a country that's crypto friendly, and we'll start over there. And that does happen, and that is actually already happening. But we don't need to do that yet, because there's this guy, the Rich Dad, Poor Dad guy. He has a very good tax guy, so you can start to learn how to do your taxes when you start having all that money. All of a sudden, you're like, oh my gosh, I have all this money and I need to figure out how to do taxes. So don't worry about it. Just don't like sell your Bitcoin. That's another thing why you don't want to day trade, is because there's capital gains taxes, and it's very complicated. So if you don't understand it, which I even don't be foolish and just be like buying and selling. I was doing that with Bitcoin for a while on Robinhood. So I was like, well, I'll just sell it, you know, because I'm always looking at the price. I know more or less where it's going. And I'm just very good and intuitive with predicting it, besides knowledgeable. You make a few dollars here, a few dollars there, but it's going to mess your taxes up. You know, I don't want to get in trouble later. So don't go blowing all your Bitcoin money when you make a whole bunch of money. Make sure you have to save some for taxes. And this is an amazing get-rich strategy. I tell all of my friends to do it, and they always are like, yeah, listen to you. So when it does go crashing, just don't sell. Don't worry about it. It will come back. Not financial advice, especially Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the gold standard of crypto. It is the most stable and the biggest computer network in the entire world. It has built-in scarcity. There's only 21 million Bitcoin which will ever be minted, and there are already 18,000 of them in circulation. So there's all these reasons why Bitcoin costs 55,000 for one. It's not just random like people on Instagram. No, it's a very an amazing money, and if you don't understand it, it's just because you're not familiar with it. Just like people did not understand buying on Amazon, they thought that it was really weird, and they didn't want to put their financial information on the internet. And my parents still don't. And you know, and now we just buy groceries, buy everything on Amazon. Like if you're in another country, of course you might not, but once you get everything delivered, it's hard to go back to like shopping in store. And Bitcoin, it's just a superior, more efficient way. You know, it was started by these guys in 2008. There was a group of people that were like, when the bank collapsed, and they took all, not only did the banks collapse, but then the United States government bailed them out, and they ended up getting their $50 million bonuses while everybody else is like losing their homes. You know, people were like, this system is not quite effective. And they started to look into other ways. And these were the originators, like the first crypto dudes. They were all dudes as far as I'm aware. For some reason, there's a lot of men in the crypto space. I hadn't really noticed it, you know, but it's true. But I think it's just they're more on the as influencers, and they just talk more. I think a lot of women are at home, you know, making a lot of money, and there's a lot of great women influencers. So don't be intimidated if you think it's like a male thing or a millennial thing or, you know, a smart math person thing. It is not. It's just the future. So it's good to know the future before it gets here. You can invest in the future, and then when the future comes, which it's coming every single day, then you can reap the benefits. Get some Bitcoin. You know, I really believe in Doges. Doge is always going up too. Yeah, it crashed, but it's 31 cents today. And a few months ago, it was 0.005 cents. So, you know, yeah, it went up to 47 and then went back down to 20. Now it's at 30. Like, it's because it had a huge pump. You just should have sold a little bit when it was at the top. You know, if you buy when it's at the top, you know, and it goes down, just hold it. In Bitcoin, if there's the end of the bubble, you know, it will eventually go down. We don't know. It might go down to 60,000 because it might have gone up to 120. So we don't know when the bubble breaks what the price will be. But if you're at a loss, don't worry. Just hold on to it because the price will come back. There's a lot of things predicting prices, on-chain analytics. There's something called a halvening, which has to do with Bitcoin mining. These are like more complicated stuff that you can learn about with all the other YouTube people who are explaining it. But just to say it's not random, you know, I listen to all these people, so I actually also understand and know the market. And I mean, if anything, it goes slower. We're a little bit more optimistic than we should be sometimes, but not really. Like, I mean, many millionaires and billionaires are being made, and it's pretty much the only place that I know of where people are making huge amounts of money, except for, you know, being an internet influencer. That's a good way to make money, but it's nothing like the money making crypto. So you can become an influencer, take that money, put it into crypto. And there's a lot of very wealthy, you know, 20-year-olds at this moment because they understood crypto and they got into it, and they didn't do any kind of foolish moves. And all right, that's all I have to say. I got to go out and do my DoorDash and make my $20 so I can pay some little food or something. All right, ciao.